You're listening to Music Tectonics.
Hey, it's Dmitri back here with Music Tectonics at Midem, and I've got another great startup from the Midemlab. Not just a startup, but one of the winners. Yeah, I'm here with Nermina Mumic from Legitary, and you were a participant in, was it the marketing and data analytics category? Right, and then you won it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Are you pretty excited?
I am.
You came to Midem for the first time, and you're walking away with a plaque as an award. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's incredible for me. It's my first time at Midem, first time being a finalist and then winning a prize at Midem. And it's so exciting for me because it's also the first time for an Austrian company being one of the finalists and then winning the prize. So it's completely exciting for me.
Good work. I'm sure everyone will be happy back home.
Yeah. I already get so many messages and I'm totally grateful for that.
Great. Well, Nermina, let's dive right in. What does Legitary do?
Well, are you actually sure that the royalties are being paid correctly in the music industry?
It's a trick question.
Well, and Legitary actually helps you to check that because with the rapid increase of streaming data, it's getting more and more difficult to check the validity of the data you get and also the royalties you get with the data. In the whole chain from the DSPs to the labels to the managements, you get revenue reports, they issue statistics, but there is no tool to check the validity of the figures you get. So music right holders find themselves confronted with a black box just containing billions of streams that occur every day, and they just have to trust the revenues they get. And so far there was no tool to audit that because auditing companies lack the appropriate technical methods to do so. And now with Legitary, we will change that completely because we have a path-breaking technology that is also, we have a patent pending. We developed a new technology that is able to identify anomalies and frauds in streaming revenues, where we use machine learning to analyze the behavior of the music platforms and give you an indication and the probability of how much money is lost and where it is lost.
Wow, that's crazy. Who is your primary customer?
In the first place, we're going to address the music industry with artist management and auditing companies who are doing the job right now, and in the long run also music labels and DSPs. But what is so exciting about the technology is that it's not only applicable to the music industry, it is applicable to other streaming industries because of the same data structure. So we could also apply it to video streaming or game streaming as well.
So an artist manager is an early type of client.
Yes.
They're gonna log into a DSP and pull a spreadsheet and then load that spreadsheet into your system to find out where the anomalies are. Is that what happens?
Currently, we offer the tool as a service, so the managements give us the sales revenues from a certain song from different DSPs because a song is always launched on different DSPs, and we need the data from all the DSPs. The song is available, and we analyze these revenue data.
What format are they giving you the data?
The DSPs has different formats. So every DSP has some are text files, some are CSV files, and the data format is quite different. And so one step we have to do is to import the data correctly and bring it to a data format we can work with.
So there isn't going to be, at least in the first stage, an API that connects to the DSPs through whoever the client is. They'll actually be pulling data out and then pushing data back to you.
Well, that can be something that can be introduced later on, but currently all the managements, they have the data.
Right.
Because, yes, because for example, in 2004, a law was passed that artists are for the first time allowed by law to audit their managements and to get the data from the labels. So they get the data anyways.
And are you launching in particular territories worldwide? What's your regional plan?
Well, we are offering the service worldwide. We have already analyzed data from one of the leading auditing companies, which also works in the US, and we're also talking to customers in the UK and other ones. So
there's no territory boundary for you at the moment. No. Where did you get the idea from?
Well, the idea was we got it from my business partner, Gunther Leubel, who has already over 20 years of experience in the music industry and he has also a music distribution company, and he's working with the distribution every day, and really he saw the pain that musicians have, that companies have with the intransparency, the labels, managements have. And he was just wondering if the problem can be solved somehow, because the figures they get, they don't have the tools to control them and to say, are the figures right or not.
Have you been able to get enough data yet to see what some common anomalies are, some things that might be indicators of where there may be some misrepresented data or incorrect data, or you still need more data to start to get to the point where you can see larger industry patterns?
Well, I was lucky to have a huge database I could work with, and I could train the model on. So we analyzed hundreds of millions of observations, and there were some quite interesting patterns. But what we do is we analyze on the basis of a track. So the model and the analysis you get behind is really custom made for every artist.
Interesting. Well, it'll be really interesting to see what you start to learn, because we've worked with, at my company, my PR company, Rock, Paper, Scissors, we work with a lot of companies that are involved with other aspects of the music industry, but they have access or have created databases of a lot of information. And in addition to serving their individual clients, they get the opportunity to see some larger patterns where you see what the problems are. You might be the first to identify a problem that other people haven't seen, like maybe which DSPs are struggling the most to have accurate reporting, or something else, something else that's causing data that doesn't seem accurate, or maybe it won't look accurate at first, but you'll find out it's because some kind of scraping is happening, or some fraudulent streaming, or any of those things could come up, I assume.
Absolutely. And so far from the data we analyzed, we realized some interesting movements, interesting patterns, but I'm extremely curious to learn more with the increasing data volume we analyze.
Yeah, definitely. What about you personally? How did you get into this? What were you doing before?
Well, I have a master's degree in technical mathematics. I graduated from Vienna University of Technology with a mathematical and statistical background. And after my studies, I was working as a data scientist at a consulting company. And I just wanted to dig deeper into science and went back to university to do my PhD. And within the scope of my PhD in statistics, I worked on the algorithm I developed.
Oh, that's great. And did it have a music application at that point? Was that what your PhD project was on?
It was actually a joint project from my business partner, Günter Leubel, with his company Rebeat, and the Vienna University of Technology. And it was about, the project was big data in music, and developing some machine learning tools to extract patterns or do forecasts. And one of the results was this algorithm on fault detection.
Wow, that's really cool to hear about how it went from this kind of curiosity, this mathematical, data, statistical passion, and led to this. When you think about the tech landscape, what are the things that you get most excited about? Is this your area?
Yeah, as a data scientist, I'm getting excited about data, because with the digitalization, we have so much data occurring in all the fields. And what many companies, I have the impression, I don't know if they even realize what treasures they have with the data, which information can be extracted. And I'm always extremely excited about working with data, because there are extremely interesting findings you can get off. And I think there are many potentials to get very valuable information out of it.
At Music Tectonics, we're always looking for what the tension is beneath the surface. And I love bringing in folks that I've never met before, like you, coming to some place like Midem in Cannes, where we're far, you're based in Vienna, I'm in the United States. And so we have different perspectives. And you're also digging deep into this data, looking at this idea around what can be fixed around the data and making sure things are correct so that payouts are correct and all that kind of thing. I'm curious, what are some of the rumblings that you think the music industry, from your perspective, needs to be thinking about?
Definitely, from what I see right now, it's the problem of intransparency. We definitely need more fairness and transparency in the data, because with the increasing data volume of streaming data, it's getting harder and harder to gain control over these amounts of data, and everyone is struggling with that. So are the figures that are being reported to me, are they correct or not? And so we definitely need more transparency from all the actors within the industry.
Have you gotten a sense if there's pushback on that yet?
So far, people are extremely grateful for this tool, because it's the first time they can get clarity if their reports they get are exact or not.
And do you see an opportunity for DSPs to use this as well?
I think in the long run, the DSPs are also interested in such a tool because they have millions of subscribers behind, and for them, it's also a question of credibility, fairness, transparency, and in the long run, they have a sincere interest of providing transparency and keeping safe their credibility.
Great. Wow. This is really interesting. I mean, I've thought about so many pieces of this puzzle, but I haven't actually put that much thought into the idea of the auditing of the data. And it's really interesting to hear about the fact that you guys are, developing machine learning technology to specifically address this in the music industry. So it's great to see you and your business partner coming together from these two worlds and solving that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people here at Midem that probably want to talk to you.
Yes, I'm rushing from one meeting to another.
Yeah. Well, before we wrap up, I'm curious, since you did come from a different industry, what have been the best resources for you as you get up to speed on what's going on in the music industry? Are there books? Were there classes, podcasts? Are there events or conferences? Anything like that was especially helpful, or mentors?
I mean, I have a background as a data scientist, and I'm quite new to the music industry, but I'm very lucky to have a business partner with over 20 years of experience in the music industry who really shares all his experiences with me and introduces me to all the guys in the industry. And I'm very lucky to have this.
Do you remember some of the early conversations with him where he would say certain things about the industry and you had like, wait, how is that possible? Or
Yeah, I definitely remember that. It was at the beginning of my research project, and I was extremely curious, and I was asking because I was eager to learn, because it's a really fascinating industry. For me, it's quite complex, and I have the impression if I really want to provide a product that can benefit the industry, I have to understand the industry. And that's why it was so important for me to really get a deeper knowledge and understanding of how things work here.
So if people are interested in tapping into Legitary, can they go to legitary.com and sign up or make an inquiry or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's legitary.com, and shoot me an email, nermina.mumic@legitary.com.
And it's legitary.com, Legitary. What's the name mean exactly?
It's a combination of legit, make your data legit, and legendary.
Nice. That's great. Excellent. Nermina, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. I want to let you get back to your meetings and find out who else is ready to audit their data
Yeah.
and bring in more money and keep the music industry strong. So congratulations on your award.
Thank you so
and
much.
Good luck. Well, hope to see you soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. Thank you. Thanks so much for listening to Music Tectonics. Do me a favor, subscribe to the podcast. That's how you're going to find out more about what's going on with Music Tectonics at Midem, and also find out about our conference, the Music Tectonic Conference, which is taking place October 28th and 29th in Los Angeles. Stay tuned for more from Midem.
You're listening to Music Tectonics.